The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the March 17th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to understand that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. Absolutely. But more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. In that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. And it is St. Patty's Day. So we've got to start the day here with just a couple of St. Patty's Day expressions or saying. There's an old Irish blessing. It goes like this. May you have all the happiness and luck that life can hold. And at the end of your rainbows, may you find a pot of gold. I wish that for everybody out there. But let's not forget Jimmy Dean. That's right. You know, maybe you don't start your day with sausage, but Jimmy Dean believes you got to try your luck at least once a day. Why? Because you could be going around lucky all day and not even know it. So I hope you have a lucky day, and I hope you have a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. But let's go take a look at these markets, see what they're doing right now. You've got a mixed bag out here. You've got the Dow up 53, the S&P back 21, NASDAQ off 162. You've got the Russell down 18. The semis are off 29. Trannies are up 58. A mixed bag out here. Let's go try to make hay out of this mixed bag. And how we'll make hay, we'll just take a look at the 4 equity future contracts. And what we're going to see out here is all of them right now are trading with inside profile levels. Now, the Dow, YM, the ES, the S&P 500, both of those have formed new profiles. What you and I don't know, just as we didn't know yesterday, was will the profile levels hold and stick? Because we're using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool out there. The Russell 2000 does have a new profile in play. That new profile is going to give you resistance at 2366. What's that mean? That means if you see price trading above that level, that's telling you that's the signal, okay, I'm ready to continue to move higher. On a pullback, and what we're trying to do here is understand how may the market respond to the Fed's, to Powell's report that the statement that he puts out, and the press conference that typically goes for about an hour or so out there. So what we're looking for here, downside support for the Russell 2000 should be 2252. Let's move over to the S&P or the ES Mini out here. Right now we have resistance at 3970 and support at 3915. This is a bullish structured profile at the moment. 3915, between 3915 and which is the bottom, and the center is out at 3933. You're right inside that 3932 area. So the ES Mini has pulled back into a potential level of support. Again, potential, because we do not know if this profile will hold. But watch 3915 to the downside. If you see a close below that, that would be a signal of a change in trend. How long that lasts? Well, we'll have to come back and take a look at that should that occur, and what other patterns there might be. If you take a look at now the NASDAQ, we're just kind of skipping over the NASDAQ because its profile has been in place since last week. And that's a bullish structured profile. So its levels of support are between 12,310 and 12,646. The Dow, brand new profile, bullish in structure. And that gives you support between 32,359 and 32,528. So 32,359, 32,528. That's the support area. Resistance is up at 32,865. The high today is 32,850. 50. So we have everything that is consolidating with inside these profiles. Only breaks of the top, when I say breaks, I mean closes above the top or closes below the bottom would generate some kind of signal information for us. The short-term time frame charts really aren't providing us with a ton of information out here. What do you mean by that, Steve-O? Well, if we take a look at let's take a look at the Dow first. So let's take a look at the strong dog out here. The Dow is not something that you should be short. I mean, you can be short anything you want, but if we take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart, you can just see how strong, and you already know this, I'm just sharing it to you from a technical standpoint and helping you understand where key levels of support are. And inside the Dow equity future contract, that happens to be 32,640. Hasn't been tested. Price has just been consolidating sideways. Now, the cool thing about the consolidation sideways, whichever way the Dow does break, let's get our little rectangular box out here, and let's draw in this consolidation, and it would draw it in pretty much like something. I mean, I'm going to have to come back and adjust it, but that becomes our consolidation. Yeah, that's actually, that will work. So here's our consolidation, and we could scrunch it up just a little bit. That's a technical term for a chartist out here. But the cool thing about this consolidation is whichever way price breaks is we should have a move equal to or greater than the consolidation. So let's say the consolidation breaks to the downside. If it breaks to the downside, let me get my cursor out here, that gives us a measured move price projection at about the 32,471 level. Likewise, if it breaks to the upside, let's move this to the upside here, that will give us a price projection in about the 33,059 area. Now, price can stay inside this consolidation for a long period of time, but once it breaks, that's your measured move out there that we would anticipate that price would head to. So important to take a look at those consolidations. The Dow, nothing broken out here. Now, that is not the same story if we take a look at the Russell 2000 or if we take a look at the ES Mini. Let's pull over the ES Mini for its 30-minute time frame. What we'll see here is there are at least one, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it's two. Yeah, there are. So there's one level of TD9 breakout support that failed. That was at the 39.56 level. What price did this morning is it has found support at level number 2. Level number 2 is 39.2775. That red line doesn't go all the way across, but if I put my cursor here, you'll see that that is exactly where price stopped out here. Now, it's an A to B equals C to the downside. Although not drawn in here, you can visually see that. That was confirmed with this piercing candle at 11:30 this morning. So support on it is the bottom of that profile. What price has not been able to do on a 30-minute time frame is take out that oscillator and change line for 2 consecutive bars. So you've got a valid topping or bottoming pattern out here, but price has been unable, to get above resistance. So the Dow is a strong dog. The ES Mini, not so much. And if we take a look at the weak link out here, that would be the Russell 2000. We'll see on its 30-minute time frame that it is broken. Well, that's kind of hard for you to see out here. Let me do this. Let me put a little different template up there if I can. All 30, where is the all 30? Right there. There we go. And here, we get this to populate. It's been through 3 different breakout levels. So this is suggesting some chinks in the armor, but it did form wave number 7. That's courtesy of Basil Chapman. That's wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen out here. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back from this break. We're going to go talk to Brent in Martinez, California. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we summarized that last segment as we don't have any clues out here, real clues as to how the market might react. That's what we're really looking for. Now, those 30-minute time frame charts that we looked at, I did have some bottoming signals out there, but they have been able to get above resistance level. So we're really kind of neutral. So I just wanted to make sure we summarize that. Now let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing quite well, Steve. I appreciate you taking the call. I hope you're doing good.
I am. Thank you. And the spot volatility index, is that what you wanted to chat about?
Yeah, I had a couple of questions for you in regards to that. And the two things that I noticed, or at least wanted to ask you about, where it seems to be the kind of most prevalent pattern is more consolidation for almost the last year. And then I also wanted to ask you, because there is no volume metric in the VIX, do you ever do the ABC patterns? Because there's something, you could almost say there is one there on the daily, but I wasn't sure if you even do that because there is no volume.
Right. You know, I haven't. So you're basically asking, have I been able to find any pattern, so to speak, right? So whether it's the A to B equals CD patterns. So the A to B equals CD pattern, I haven't found that to really work for me, but I haven't spent a ton of time on it, Brent, to know what I do have out here, and I see take place more often than not, is the TD9 count pattern seems to work. Doesn't work all the time. No, it does not. But if you take a look at the last, one of the last spot volatility index highs that we had out here was back on September 4th, 2020. And that was a TD9 count out there. And I can assure you at that stage, that's when the S&P began to rally as well on September 4th. If we take a look at when the S&P probably began to sell off, it was right around August 11, 2020, and there was a TD9 count bottom that formed out here. And it works for different time frames. So if we take a look and we go back to the last year, we go back to the March episode out here. On March, the week of March 20th out here, March 20th. March 12th, the week of March 12th, 2020, we can see that we had a TD9 count on the weekly basis out here. So as far as A to B equals CD patterns, I don't see them that often. But what is it that you're looking at? Maybe we can draw it in. Just take a peek out here if you'd like.
No, I kind of answered my question. That I think we're at a level. I when I do the VIX, I just do. I normally am trying to buy it when I think the market's as insurance, that it's going to go up. So I'm trying to catch it at the lows, and I just buy call options on it. Seems to be the best way to be able to trade it, because I don't like the other ones that are like the UVXY and the ones that are just. I don't think any of those leverage ones make any sense in that instrument. So I just that seems to be the best way to try to play. It's kind of cheap insurance, so that's the way I do it. And then I did a little bit of that yesterday when it was down in the 19. So it just seems like we're at the bottom end of that consolidation, so it made sense to do it there, and that's why I was just asking about the other patterns, which you just went over, and I appreciate.
Yeah, so let's do this here. So one pattern. So I have a 30-minute time frame chart up on my screen. And here we can see that this generated Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal yesterday at about 2 o'clock, maybe around the same time period that you were taking that call position out there. But that was your short-term signal of a bottom in it. Now what you'd be looking for that call option, and this again, you're looking for short-term resistance levels to fail. If they fail, that's going to suggest that price should continue to move higher. So the areas to be watching on the spot volatility index are 2159, and then 2202, and then above that would be 2459. Now, if you get through one, you typically go to the next, and you get to go through that one, you go to the next one, and so forth. But that would be the indication of a potential change in trend signal, would be a close, I'd say, above 2202. Now, there's a TD9 count top that took place this morning. That was at 11:30, and since then, we've just been seeing a sideways move out here. So you can see the patterns do work, the TD9 counts, the Rhodes momentum indicator signals out there. But the A to B equals CD pattern, I haven't come across that as being the best pattern to use in taking a look at the spot volatility index.
All right, thanks so much, Steve. I really appreciate it as always. Very thorough, and I kind of somewhat confirms what I was thinking. I just, again, without having any kind of volume metric, I just don't see that would necessarily make a lot of sense. But that's the way I thought about it. So anyway, I really appreciate it. Have a great St. Patty's Day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds great. Thanks for the call. It was Brent in Martinez, California. And to go along with Brent's thinking out there and being along the spot volatility index, there's one other level that each of you, that Brent also can pay attention to, and that's going to be the support area on the ES Mini. And again, it's a new profile that is attempting to form. We won't know till 6:01 this evening. But right now, let's go with the information that we have. The information that we have would say, hey, Brent, if you see a close below 39.15, that's the bottom of its bullish structured profile, well, then you should hold on to that. You should hold on to that volatility trade that you're in. If price closes below that, because that's a signal of a change in trend out there. That's how you would read the spot volatility index and combine that with the TAS market profiles. So let's go to some other questions that have come in. Inside the Tiger's Den, the first one, let me get that rolling here. SEDG is Tarpon 2 in the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at that. So we will. Let's go to our 3 time frame charts out here, see what SEDG is. SEDGE, that is Solar Edge Technology. Solar Edge Technology right now is consolidating with inside its daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. So in the daily, you're talking about the range of 238.12 to 310.50. The weekly, 266 to 328. The monthly, a brand new monthly profile forming this month, support at 160, resistance at 328. Let's go take a look at SEDGE. Just for a long-term hold, are you already in it, or you're looking to get in it? So on the daily time frame chart out here, if you're not in it and you're looking to get into this, what do we see? What do we see? So I see an A to B equals CD pattern that completed out here on the trading day of March the 9th. And March the 9th, because that generated a 3-river Morningstar bullish reversal candle. Now, your support on that, or your stop, has to be below the low of that pattern. That's the March 5th low of 230.08. So if you're going to get in it right now, that says you have to have a stop of about $50 out there. Now, that's not a big deal, having a wide stop. That just changes your position size. So price is trading below the oscillator and change line right now, Tarpon. So with that, that can always suggest that price pulls back further. So your long-term entry on this, I would say, would be around the 238.12, between 238 and 262 at this stage. On a weekly basis, let's take a look at Solar Edge. Solar Edge has a Rhodes momentum indicator top pattern, but price, again, holding the support area trading with inside that weekly profile. On a monthly basis, let's just see what we have out here. In a monthly basis, price pulled back, tested support. The monthly chart says, hey, I'm not ready to head lower just yet, although it did, but it was really just testing support, and that was the oscillator unchanged line out there. So the 30-minute chart, what do we have? Geez, on the 30-minute chart, you've got a nice TD9 count bottom. That happened at 10 o'clock this morning. Was that this morning? No, that was yesterday morning. No, that was this morning. Don't worry, folks. I'll eventually get my times figured out here. So you gap down, create a hammer, TD9 count, but price has not been able to take out that oscillator and change line. You can see that, Tarpon. So we're going to say don't get into this position just yet. And as long as price is unable to get above that red line on the 30-minute basis, that's what sets up the move back to that 262, 238 level. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the Alpha Pro Tech. APT is the ticker symbol for one of our dinners out here. And so the interesting thing is on the daily time frame, you can see the nice, well, it did on March 9th, it gapped down. So you've got a bearish signal and you've got a bullish signal because that was also a hammer candle. Now, that did not really complete the A to B equals CD pattern out here. If we take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern, our A point, as soon as I can get this to work with me, there we go. Our A point is out here in the trading day of February 10th. The B point, the only B point that you could choose would be the from the low on February 23rd, a 2-day rally, so to speak, up in February 25th. And a 1-to-1 would take us down to 886. And we didn't get down there. So, is that a buy the D point? It's questionable. It's questionable. We can see that price has a new profile that formed a couple of days ago, and it's just consolidating within. Let's look at our white background chart, see if we can find anything else out on APT. Was price moving lower, doing less relative energy out there? And the answer is no. Was it forming a TD9 count? The answer is it formed a TD9 count, but not a valid bottoming signal out here. We can see that the oscillator and change line moved from green to red. It did that way back here on March the 5th. When that happens, we typically see price and that line catch up to each other. A little concerning about yesterday. It wasn't an exact touch, but close enough. And you trade below red oscillator and change line suggests you head lower. So if you're looking to take a long position here, we don't have any type of completed bottoms. But if you did want to take one, and that's assuming that price does continue to move lower, you'd be looking at about 10.09. That's coming off of the daily time frame. On a weekly time frame out here, as we take a look at this instrument, it's populated. Come on, follow. Oh, that's interesting. No real signal here either, other than just a large consolidation. And you're not down at the bottom of the consolidation. So the consolidation on this would look something like, start drawing it in, and we'll come back and we'll adjust it here. I'm going to try to draw it in. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to say that consolidation is up about that level. Yeah, really right around this area. So you're pretty close to the bottom of that consolidation on the weekly basis in APT. I think that really reinforces the 10.09-ish area or lower if you want to take a trade there. Do we have any other kind of confirming signal? We don't. Price right now really consolidating between the price level of 10.37 and 11.35. So I hope that helps you out, Zip, with regard to APT and what it's doing and what you might do afterwards. The next question that came in, this is coming in from Satish. Wants to take a look at CHFS. CHFS is CHF Solutions. A gap down this morning, trading out at $6.16. So let's go try to figure out what this is doing. It's below all kinds of profile levels out there, daily, weekly, monthly. So we need to see if this is forming any kind of a bottom, or what is it doing. And as we open up the daily time frame chart, we're going to see a consolidation that runs between the TD9 breakdown levels of 1061 to the TD9 breakout area at 604. You're at 616 right now. So if you're looking to take a long position here, you can go ahead and do it now. Realize you're just in a consolidation. That's the only kind of bottom pattern we're going to see out here, at least on the daily time frame. And I would say if price closes below the 604, or certainly does it for 2 consecutive sessions, then that's telling you about lower price coming at you. And it wouldn't be good. But if you're looking to get long, it's the consolidation pattern that really shows up here, and nothing else for us to do when it comes to CHFS. So, Satish, I hope that helps you out, and best of luck with whatever it is you decide to do with CHF Solutions. The next question coming in from the Tiger's Den, username XYZ, and the question is to take a look at the Qs, the TQQQ. So we're going to take a look at the Qs out here. QQQ Series ETF for the NDX 100. Yesterday, did it confirm an A to B equals C, D to the upside? Well, let's go take a look at what the volume metrics was. So our B point out here was March 11th. Volume of 53 million shares. Yesterday, 54 million shares. So you have a confirmed A to B equals CD, but price is back below the B point. And that is at 319.86. And it's back with inside this profile here. So what's the message? The message would be you've got a confirmed A to B equals CD, but price is back in the range. You can see the Qs move all the way back down to support, which is between 305 and 310. I'm leaving the cents off there. You don't really need the cents. That's what the daily time frame chart is communicating to us. The weekly time frame chart is communicating that there should be some good support on a closing basis at 308.48. That is the bottom of the weekly profile. At 303.50, that is good support on a monthly basis. That's the top of the profile. That means that old resistance could become new support. So what do you do on the Qs out here? You got to go down to maybe some short-term time frames out here. So let's go do that. Let's go do that. Well, let's go do that here. This will take just a moment to populate, but then we'll have multiple time frames to take a look at. And the reason why we're taking a look at that is because we don't have a clear signal here on the daily. So we're trying to see, do we have any kind of clear signal? And really what I would not do is do it like this. In fact, I won't do it like this because I'm going to put up the 30-minute chart here for the QQQ series ETF. And we can see that price had a TD9 count top. Oh, cool. Has a TD9 count bottom. Now, this just tells you about a consolidation. Hey, Steve-O, maybe I ought to do this more often. 315.62 to 328.45. That's a consolidation pattern that is in. The reason why I was suggesting that we don't do this is because you really want to use the NQs out here. You want to use their short-term time frame or their 30-minute chart. It's not going to look anything like that does because here we have more price discovery. Nearly 23 hours worth of trading out here. And here what we can see is on a 30-minute basis, if there's a tell from the NQ out here, you can see a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. There's an A to B equals CD to the downside. So you've got 2 for 1. 2 bottoms out here, and that was caused by both the bullish engulfing candle, and then at 1:30 there was another piercing candle. So if you're asking what are buyers trying to signal to you, whereas at the 12:15 or the 1:15 time frame, I was like, I don't really have a clear signal here. Inside the NQ, it's telling you that it wants to try to make a bottom. It's made a bottoming signal out here. Now that may just send price up to 13,063. That's the top of the 30-minute profile. But if price can close above 13,063, and that goes for XYZ and YouTube, that's going to suggest a move higher. So I hope that helps you out with regard to the Qs, the TQQQs, and then really using the NQ out there, the futures contract, to really be able to generate the important message and signal. Although I have to say the QQQs with their TD9 patterns did a pretty nice job of that. The next question coming in from YouTube is for Gab, and the question is really not a question, it's just ticker symbol WKEY. So that is Wiseki International. Wiseki, WKEY. Trade out at 8:30 above its daily profile, running into resistance at the top of its weekly profile. So the level there, Gab, that you're watching is going to be 884. At the end of the week, you'd sure like to see it close above that, because that would tell you you've got breakouts on the daily, breakouts on the weekly. This hasn't traded long enough for us to get any kind of information on the monthly that is going to assist us. So let's come back to the white background chart here. And on a daily time frame for WKEY, sounds like a radio station, you're going to be in bar number 6. This is suggesting a move. This is a bottom with a TD9 count. Bar number 6 looks like it's headed up towards 1076. Speaking of the 6s out there. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. That was WKEY for Gab in the YouTube channel. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. You're right.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So the question is, what is Jerome O. Powell going to do today? It is St. Paddy's Day, and don't you think he'd like to light up the board all green out there? Hey, there's another Irish blessing out there that I certainly want to share with you, and I love this one. You'll love it too. May the best day of your past be the worst day of your future. Stevie likes that one. Hey, the screen that we're looking at right now, by the way, it's just the short-term 30-minute time frame charts for the ES, the NQ, the Dow, and the Russell 2000. So you can see the trend lines that they're trading within, with the exception being the Russell 2000. But we did see a bottoming pattern, wave number 7, letter G, A to B equals CD, on the Russell 2000. So let's go to our next question out here. I'm going to assume that Phil is the same person as Gab in the YouTube channel. If not, what a coincidence, because Phil from Puerto Rico was asking about WKEY. So Phil and or Gab, thanks so much for that request. Let's go to our next one. Next one coming in from Susanna J. Susanna says, I'd appreciate your analysis on OSS. So if she's going to appreciate that, we're going to go ahead and do that. So OS, we got to get to my other charts here. That would be helpful. OSS is One Stop Systems. So your question is, and this is from Canada, but it's a whirly day out there. I love it. Just your analysis on OSS. So right now, price is trading with inside support and resistance on the daily and weekly time frames. Susanna, on the daily, it's between 649 and 883. On the weekly, it's between 420 and 950, a fairly wide-ranging set of profiles out there. So let's go take a look at OSS. Let's begin by looking at the weekly time frame chart. What's the signal out here? No signal of any kind of a top that we have. So price may want to head lower. If it does pull back, you've got support at around the 656 level. That's the oscillator and change line and the top of its, or the center of its profile is what I should say, which I just did. The daily time frame chart looks like Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal out here, and that confirmed really 3 days ago when it generated that bearish evening star. So what this is suggesting to you, Susanna, and prices trading below the oscillator and change line, you should see a move back to 649. Now, is 649 all, she wrote? That I don't know. If price closes below 649, then you're looking at that 427. That opens up that wide profile that we, in essence, looked at on the weekly time frame out there. So the daily says you've got a short-term top and price should head lower. The weekly doesn't have a top, but would certainly justify moving back to 656. Monthly, there's not going to be enough information out here, really, although there's a TD9 count this month that is forming. And that's what I've got with regard to OSS. So Susanna in Canada, thanks for writing in. I hope that helps you out, and best of luck to you with that trade out there. I think I somehow screwed up. Not hard for Stevie to do, but somebody wrote in, and I think, no, that was Bill. That was more of a private. That was Suzanne. Oh, Phil, okay, which we already covered. Okay, great. So we're in line here. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Dan F. Dan says, looking for an entry into Plug. PLUG is the ticker symbol out there. So let's go put up Plug, PLUG. Let's finish reading his question. The company got in trouble from an accounting error, which they said is not fraud. This is supposedly the reason for the price drop. So if it's a price drop today that you're talking about, and there's some volume, price ran right into support. And support is the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile. And that's at 35.24. Now, if price were to close below that, that would then signal to you, Dan, a move back to 29.55. 34.65 is the center of its bullish structured weekly profile. 35.24, the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile. In other words, what Plug is telling us is Plug is pulled back to a key level of support. Therefore, if it does close below that 35.24, that opens up that kimono. And that kimono is going to take you back to 29.55. Are we saying that that's where Plug is headed to right now? No. I'm going to look at the daily time frame chart out here. When it gapped down this morning, and it was running into support, what was it doing? Do I have a pattern? I don't have a pattern out here. Actually, we've got a couple A to B equals CD patterns that are still in place. You can see a hammer candle that formed out here on the trading day of March the 5th. There's another one out here on which was a TD9 count bottom. You had a little bounce for about 4 days. That was back on the 23rd. And your other key levels of support are between 26.86 and 30.40 out here. The oscillator and change line is red, and yesterday was a test and rejection of that level, but price has come back to support, 35.24. So if you're looking to take a long trade, which it sounds like you are, then go ahead and take that trade now. You've got the A to B equals CD pattern along with the bullish hammer candles out there. You've got that bullish profile support. And I would say your stop needs to be below 30.40 because 30.40 is the breakout level. That's what the daily time frame chart is communicating to us. Don't have anything special, so to speak, on the weekly. The monthly chart for Plug, I don't have anything here, although it formed, I apologize, it formed a TD9 count top. Here, support will be 29.44. Do we see price getting back to 29.44? Yeah, you got that 30.40 level. So you either go ahead and begin a position now. Now, if you're going to begin a position now, we should look at the 30-minute time frame, see if there's any kind of signal coming from it. And voila, there's not. So I don't have a short-term signal to suggest that you enter that trade. And if that's the case out there, then the suggestion is that's at least the 30-minute chart. I've got a TD9 count pattern on a 65-minute chart, so that has potential. But is that enough potential out there? Sorry, just trying to move this indicator down to the bottom. Let's look at the 130-minute time frame chart. Nah, don't have anything there just yet. Nothing on the 195. I'm gonna. Well, you know what the parameters are. Hopefully, from those parameters, you can decide what it is that's going to work for you. If it's me, based upon today's gap to the downside, I think I'll wait. I'll try to get this at about the 30-40 area unless something else changes. So, Dan, I hope that helps you out. That doesn't mean that's what you should do. I'm just giving you what I would do. And some of that is because that volume push today. So you should at least see today's low get tested again. Of course, if price closes below that, well, that spells curtains. Well, it doesn't spell curtains. It just says, hey, I'm headed lower. Johnny D writes in, and Johnny wants to take a look at Verizon. VZ is the ticker symbol. So as we wait for this to populate, the question is just your analysis looking to go long. So if you're looking to go long, this is without looking at my other charts out here, 54.69, the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile. That would certainly be an area to take a look at it. Now, Verizon's got some problems. When I say it's got some problems, I mean it's got some problems. It's trading below both the weekly and monthly profiles. So we better find a nice bottom inside of Verizon on the daily time frame to say, hey, I'm done moving lower. Well, voila, you got it. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Now, this was a big gap to the upside. That's wide price spread for sure. Whether there was accelerated volume or not on February 17th, I don't know in looking at the white background chart. Prices pulled back to a level of support. That's that oscillator and change line out here. So this would say if you're looking to go long, then you've got the bottom in here. You've got the retracement. Your first retracement was on March 3rd. the retracement from March 15th, the retracement today, each of them showing you higher lows out here. So we can most certainly justify you taking a long position inside Verizon based upon the daily. When it comes to the weekly, it's a whole different animal out there. However, when we take that animal and look deeper into it, we see this has a nice TD9 bottom from back in February. Just hasn't been able to get above resistance. That's that oscillator and change line out there. Lastly, the 30-minute time frame chart. What do we have out here for you? Your price can close about $56, even Steven. That gives you your long signal into Verizon. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So the last Irish blessing that we're going to go with here. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. We're going to go take a look at Colgate Palmolive. That's for Melody, the Tiger's Den. And Melody, this has a nice bottom out here. What I'm referring to is a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. CL, by the way, folks, is the ticker symbol. It's trading with inside its bullish structured profile. So prices moving lower, doing less relative energy. A TD9 count, it's got everything. You've got the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. You've got a TD9 count bottom out here. You've got everything you need that this is trying to form a nice bottom. Will it form a nice bottom? Well, it will if price can close above 76.60 for 2 consecutive sessions. That's your resistance zone. That's the top of the daily profile. And if you can get that, you should be able to get 78.75 out of it. If you can get it close above 78.75, then you're off to the races. And those races say you've got a change in trend. So Colgate Palmolive CL looks good. And even the bullish structured profile was tested about 4 or 5 days ago, March the 10th, and that held. So you've got nice support at that 74.53 level. Best of luck to you if you are in that trade. The last one that we'll finish off with here, this is for Daniel. And Daniel wants to take a look at Electra Americana, something like that. I don't know. Solo, Han Solo is a ticker symbol, SOLO. This is a consolidating with inside its daily profile. That's between $5 and $6.32. It's below the support of its weekly profile. That's a bearish message, and it's above the resistance of its monthly profile. That's a bullish message. So Solo is all over the board out here. Real quickly, if we take a look at the daily time frame out here, did this generate any kind of a bottom signal when it formed that hammer candle? And the answer is not that I see. And prices below that oscillator and change line, that's suggesting if you're going to try to get into this should be able to pull back to about the $5 level out there. That's what I would be looking for. And is there any other bottom associated with it? If it gets down there, the answer is no. Nothing that I see at this stage. So, folks, thanks so much for being here on wonderful Wednesday. I want to have a happy St. Patty's Day. Be safe out there. No drinking and driving. Just lots of drinking. Just no driving. Have a wonderful Wednesday, folks. We'll see you back here on Thursday, although we might take care of some of that Thursday. Take care.